If you bring up being a pro wrestling fan to the average person now, they'll hit you with usually the same thing. They'll say, well, that's where they fake fight. And while, of course, these people are not physically competing, they're not fighting, they are putting on a narrative, they're giving value. It's like a movie or a TV show on a grander scale. The reason that its realness has been so important to viewers is because, and I've looked into this, wrestling used to be real, but they found that you could get more retention of an audience if you had these elaborate characters, if you had these stories. And thus they began this era of fake wrestling. And that coined the term kayfabe. It was used with insiders to tell that they knew the secret, they knew what was going on. And ever since kayfabe was fully broken, I'm pretty sure one of the biggest issues with kayfabe was a moment with Shawn Michaels and some others. I may throw up a clip here. Fans haven't looked at it the same. They thought it was real, and it's broken their sense of believability. It's almost hurt them, almost, that they've seen it change like that. But I think, real or not, it's still beautiful. They put on a story using two senses. Legit, they use two main senses to tell you a full narrative in the ring. They're physically showing a story without any of the tools you would get with a typical movie. It's great. For example, I'm going to pull up a clip right now from Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso at Clash of the Champions. And afterwards, I would like you to think about, how do you feel? What can you get from what you've seen and what you've heard, alright?
Universal Championship match is underway.
Before the match has even begun, he's confirmed to you that he doesn't want to fight. It's the facial expressions and the tone in his voice, alright? And look at Roman, see his response, his face, what are his mannerisms?
Lock up center of the ring, Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. For Jey Uso, he is driven by the outer corner. 1, 2, 3.
Now, in your mind, what does this series of actions imply to you? At the end of this clip, we'll talk about all the implications we can get from such a short moment and what your answers could be. You listen and you hear exactly what Jey is saying. He's saying why they're there. You may not know the full story, but you know something has led up to this, that something's made this happen, even if Jey doesn't want to. You can hear the anger in his voice. You can see the anger in his face. And yet, you look at Roman, you see he's calm, he's collected. It's like he has some sort of plan. He knows what he's doing, which is a huge advantage against Jey, as you'll see later in the match. Then, it's a test for strength. They lock up, pushing each other, and then you see this.
Reigns and Jey Uso. For Jey Uso, he is driven by the fact. Outer corner. 1, 2.
You see that Jey has been pushed into a corner. There, we've now established through sight alone that Roman is physically stronger than Jey, and this is going to be a problem throughout the rest of the match.
Realize that he is out of his depth. Oh, it might be right now.
And after this lockup, they look at each other, and you can see Roman, this calm, collected man, he's angry as well. He's hiding it. He's keeping it in because he needs to manipulate Jey into believing something. The intrigue. The fact that you can tell there's something that's on Roman's mind. You can tell that Roman has a plan. It could lead you to look back at their history. Or, as a fan who already knows it, you can see this all playing out in the ring. This build-up for this story finally happening within a fight. Everything is beginning to pay off. And as the match continues, what we've established in the beginning remains true. Roman is physically stronger. Roman is calm. Roman is collected. He has a plan. But Jey, he's angry. We've established this. He's not as strong. He's throwing everything he has at Roman.
The champion, Jey Uso now tries right. Lands on the floor. Here we go. Jey Uso gonna pick up the pace now. Drives the
But he cannot keep this man down. He cannot do it. And their family, we've seen in the build-up that so much of their family and their values, and now it's all coming to a head. They're emotional. For example, I want you to look at this moment, okay? It's where Roman, while showing that he's been physically stronger through the match, he goes to pin Jey, and Jey gets up. Jey gets up again. He's been pinned and pinned. He's been beat nearly to death at this point, and he kicks out. Roman can't believe it, but it's not just a look of surprise. It's a look of anguish. It's a look of being upset. He doesn't want to keep going, but he has to. Like Jey established, something led to this. They don't want to. They have to. And you're seeing all of this. You can tell all of this through two senses alone. Jey keeps fighting. He won't stay down. He's explosive. He's fast. He's everything Roman is not. He refuses to give in no matter how much Roman wants him to, no matter how much he needs to. And you see that. He builds strength. He picks up Roman. He throws him down. He does things previously unseen from him before, things you would not expect him to be able to do, but they all fit within the narrative. You can hear his pain. He's making these horrible sounds of pain, but so is Roman. He's almost done it. And then Jey's out. He's been caught. He can't fight anymore. That strength, it's caught up to him. The strength game. He's almost out. And then out comes his brother. And he's holding his hand out for Jey to grab. And Jey grabs it, but he just can't hold on anymore. He's not strong enough. He can't do it. It's all caught up to him. Roman's plan has worked. Roman's strength overall has diminished Jey's anger into this. Everything he's fought for is almost over. He just can't believe it. And then Jimmy does the unthinkable. He throws in the towel. The match, it's just gone, just like that. All he fought for. Think about this. Without knowing any of the actual story, you need the bare minimum, as you would often learn from commentaries commentating over the event. The bare minimum. And I took you through an emotional story. Once again, I only used sense and sight, just as the wrestlers did. This is what I think makes a complete narrative. It's what pieces everything together so well in wrestling. And it's why I think wrestling deserves more respect than you would really think, you know?